Species 7 here. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2013, and welcome back to Pleasant Valley. I have some oats here that I planted, and the color of them suggests that they're done. Unfortunately, they don't show up at all on my, they don't show up at all on the crop map. Because oats. Here we go. It should be kind of a iffy, fleshy tone thing. I see a tiny bit of it at the end, but the rest of it, I mean, it's not even showing as being green or anything else. Just the blue around the outside edge where I've been mowing grass is growing. But it looks like it's kind of ready to harvest, so I think we're going to take that chance. I took one of our X720 Dukes tractors in and sold it off and bought this guy. Oh, this was 50k or something, and the Deutsch sold for 100 and change, so we managed to make a little bit of money off it. And we picked up this little Steyr, which for some reason reads as a, what the heck is it? Case CBX 175. So this field we are going to put rye into, so that will give us 4 available grains. Kind of nice. Let's have a look at our new tractor here. It does have an IC, but it's basically just doors and windows, right? It does the same on the other side. And I believe, whoa, okay. You kind of get up to look over the edge. That I like. And that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Other than that, like I say, it has the same IC on this side, the window and a door. You can open the rear window and the sunroof. Tiny bit. Alright. But we are going to hire up a worker here. And, well, something else I had to buy was a different head for our harvesters. Because apparently this stock head does not do oats and rye. Yeah. So it was not cheap. It was, in fact, $67,000. But we have this rather interesting looking head here. Let's get out and have a little better look, shall we? You can see, it's quite the machine. It's sort of a double header thing. Yeah, it's really kind of weird, actually. I guess one cuts the stalk, one chops the seed. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I've never harvested oat or anything else. Well, with a harvester. It looked deceptively wider in the picture. Is this going to take a long time for one machine to do this? So usually I run both harvesters at the same time. However, I don't think I want to drop 70 grand on another one of these heads. We can probably see this crop. It does not look done. And it's probably because it's nowhere near done, but we'll see, I guess. There we go. Start heading in. Okay. Apparently, it is not ready. Alright. Well, as I say, I'm really not sure what we're going to do to figure out when it is ready. But, ooh, that's not the one I actually wanted. Here we go. Because if we look, by mod type, please. There we go. And go to harvesters. We can see that the ones we're given, which is this guy here, wheat, barley, canola, corn, millet, soybean, sorghum, sunflower, rice, and cranberry. Right, which is the same thing it lists on the head. Now, if we look, now I thought it was maybe the Dutes that did this, but you'll see that tomato, carrot, onion, blah 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 blah, those grains are not included. They're also not included on the header. They're not on this one. It's sugar beets and potatoes, etc., etc. This is, right, there's your standard cutter head that comes with it. And again, as you can see, it doesn't do those items. So that was really our only choice. We do have this guy as well, and it cuts everything, but this is for, obviously, for this guy. So, we can't exactly afford a $370,000 harvester. So, yeah. Right, wheat, rape, barley, sunflower, sorghum, cotton, millet, soybean, oat, and rye. Hemp, oat, rye, well, they even mentioned it twice. So, I take it it's just plain not ready yet. Not ready. Well, we can live with that. We can. Huh. And he is going to lay that down. So, I see our sheepies are at 75% of the way to their first bale. That's wonderful. I picked all the straw up off the field. I've also done 1 or 2 more mowing jobs. So, after clearing that field of straw, let's have a look at the result of our last harvest. We now have 799,000 litre of straw. In fact, might as well say 800,000 because we're 6 litres shy of 800,000. And the grass, we now have 72,000. Not a huge amount, but not bad either. We have enough water for 3 days and enough, well, it's actually grass as we know, for 6 days. So we don't have to really worry about doing that at the moment. So, I'm thinking actually there's probably not a heck of a lot we can do until this field comes ready. We could mow some more grass, but, yeah. Yeah. I do believe we guys pretty much are stuck. So there are a few more things I will change. I am going to go to a bigger cultivator. Probably after I take these 2 fields down, or that field, whatever comes first. There are different lengths of time for different crop growths, like considerably different lengths, and I do have the sheet that shows it all. So I will look that up and figure out how many days, because it's been 2 full days now since I've planted this. And a lot of crops will actually come ready in this game in 2 days. And it said this one kind of looks ready. I mean, it did start out small and green, but this was sort of the next stage. So I'm not sure. But it definitely doesn't want to cut. And, yeah. We'll have to let it grow a little longer. Unfortunately, because it doesn't show up on the map as to what state of growth it's in. Yeah, it doesn't really help. And how is this guy doing? Another thing we could use maybe a slightly bigger seeder, but... other than that, I guess it's not bad. Pretty slow too, though, isn't it? We can speed that up a bit. Now, let's wait till he turns around, see if we can speed him up a little bit. See what he'll actually stand. Because I think 10 mile an hour is kind of slow for this speeder. I think it'll do about 15 or 16 actually, so... Alright. Get up to speed. 10 ticking 11. There's 11. Still no issues. 11 and a half. full 12, and she's starting to hitch a little bit. See how it's getting a little bit of a back and forth jerkiness to it? Yeah, we're probably reaching about her limit. We might get 15 out of it. There we go. That's a little better. It's a 50% increase. There, we'll run 50% of our level. Nice. Much better. So, we don't want that or that, but this guy we can put away. He is definitely done. There we go. Oops. He's gonna be right in line with where he wants to be. There you go, Mr. Cedar. And put your rye seed down. All right. Back rib along. Nice. Yeah, before I traded that other dude's tractor in, I was down to 37 liters of fuel, I believe, when I left the farm, and managed to get it down. It was sitting very close to 20 liters left out of a 500 something liter tank. So that's a good time to sell them, because they come with a full tank of gas when you buy a new one. It's kind of like printers these days. You have to decide whether you're going to buy replacement ink cartridges or just buy a new freaking printer. Alright, there we go. I knew it didn't need too much, but might as well keep it topped up now while we don't have a whole ton of things pushing down on us. There we go. Let's try and get a little more wobbly, shall we? There we go. Alright. Okay. Well, you don't need fuel, you got lots. Let's park you up. Alright. Well, I suppose we might as well take you out, get a little more grass. Because we gotta keep busy while that cedar does his work. Get ready. Here we go. We'll run down and back and we'll fill him up. Can't really see where the mowers are, unfortunately, from the inside view, and that's kind of a drag. Yeah, not on either side. You can just sort of see the big Humpty Dumpty behind you. No, I see. We drifted quite a ways off. That's alright. That's alright. And by the time we get down to the end here and run back, we'll have her filled up anyway. Because I think if we go all the way to the end with it, it gives us about 52% or something. So, and kind of hangs us right out on the same road that the vehicle plant is on. So yeah, you can go that far without getting off the grass. It's kind of neat. Kind of neat. Said you don't have to go hunting around for fields of grass to cut, that's for sure. We have plenty. Well, I've been watching the clouds roll in all morning here on a sunny west coast summer day. And I think we might get a bit of rain. It'll be kind of a nice break. It's been a couple of weeks since we've had any rain. Weather's been cloudy and nasty on occasion, but we are due for a bit of wet. June is usually actually quite rainy in this part of the world. We usually have a beautiful, brilliant May and then a crappy June. This time we had a pretty decent May and a pretty decent June. So, who knows? Maybe this will be one of those horrible summers where we get stuck with one of those heat waves that just makes you want to peel your skin off and soak yourself in ice cubes. We'll hope not. Because I don't mind the cold, I can always outdress it, but by guppies, when she gets too hot, I'm not a happy camper. Because your choices are sort of go down to the lake and stand up to your neck in the water until it cools off for the summer, or try and sweat it out. And I know some people like it when it's really cookie hot. I'm not one of them. Not so much. Boy, it's expensive to hire workers for cedars, I tell you. Look how quick the dollars go down. Yeah, exactly. You can't even count it fast enough. Alright, we're at 50%. Like I said, we're almost at the end of the row. There's a couple of our sell points. Just up at the next corner past this field is actually the tractor shop. So yeah, you can see we've come a ways. We're not in Kansas anymore. Of course, I don't think we were in Kansas to start with. I'm not sure where Pleasant Valley is supposed to be. Now, oddly enough, if you Google Pleasant Valley, you don't get the Farming Simulator one that much. What you do end up getting is things like advertising for the Pleasant Valley mud bogs. So I guess there is such a place, but I don't know if this is based on that place or if this is just Pleasant Valley is kind of a pleasant name, so we're going to use it. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll head over to the Mod Author's Facebook page one of these days and check it out. Alright, well, let's hope this fills them coming back. Just roughly stay in the center of this patch and we should be fine. What? No, I guess not. I thought maybe that was showing us the fill, but I don't think so. Not entirely sure what that is. Not sure what any of those numbers. I take it they're just static numbers, actually. Yeah. Just static numbers made to look pretty mean nothing. See, from here, that crop looks done, don't it? fact, it looks like a field of fully matured wheat. But yeah, up close and personal, we know better. How are we doing here? Boy's eating through the money seeding up that field. Oh, that's okay. It will be worth it in the end. No. We will, once we get... I'll have to look at it. I have my list. I just don't have it right at hand. But the list of the factories, it tells you what ingredients you need for each factory. And once we get the 3 grains delivered up there, one of the things we will have to buy... Well, there's 2 ways you can do it. We're done. When you're... boy, this feels fast when you hammer it down in this thing. Holy smokes. Oh, that one's the throttle. Okay, the other one's steerage. Ooh, what a freaky thing to drive. What a freaky thing to drive. But yeah, you have to have a vehicle to pick up the finished goods. They come either boxed or bagged, depending on the item. And there's 2 ways to do it. They have a reworked Krone Elmsland. You know the little trailer they start you off with on the original Hagenstat map? Yeah. You get to start with one of those to pick up your manufactured goods. Or, you can buy a delivery truck, which kinda is, I think, what we're gonna do. Let's see if we can find them here. So, alright, let's get through here. This is a specialized, you need this fuel trailer for certain instances, which we'll get into when it's time to deal with it. But it's not just to pack around and fill your gear. Here we go, the PV box truck. And it actually changes the label based on what we want to put in it. So yeah, we'll need to drop 85 grand on that. Because our other choice is, like I say, it's just a little modified Krone Elmsland. Not sure why they have this guy. But for 120 grand, it seems like something we can get later. You know? Okay, I guess it must be in tippers. So, let's have a look, shall we? Have I already gone past tippers? Of course I have. There we go. Yeah, there it is there. So, I mean, considerably less money, but you'd kind of imagine that it probably doesn't do quite the same job the big one does. And our seeder is still a-working away. Working away. So we might as well grab ourselves another load of grass. Because like I say, this early in the game, there really isn't really that much else for us to do. Oh, okay. This one is not quite the continuous strip the other one is, I see. Whoops. Newly purchased water tower. There we go. So yeah, I'm going to let that cedar finish up. Next episode we will be ready to harvest our oats. And we'll have the rye all planted. It'll be on its way to growth, and that should get us a little closer to trying out our first factory. But until then, this has been Species 7. I'm just going to keep mowing grass till I get a good stock of it. So till next time, guys, take care of each other, folks. Nobody else will. Ciao for now.